Greetings, greetings, greetings. Peace and blessings to you. I am Terri Bailey, founder of Terri Bailey Creative Healing and Alternative Therapies and Terri Bailey Writes. And so today I'm here to talk to you about a chat book that I'm using as a fundraiser to help me get money for copyrights, for publishing, self-publishing, and um, editing, proofreading, all of that good stuff. I have been fortunate enough that I've had about 5 to 8 consistent patrons on Patreon. Shout out to you all. I love you. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. But I've been so busy that I really haven't had the time to focus on my writing. That changes now, today. So as I was cleaning up my office, I found We Be Forever Growing, a chapbook with poems that celebrate um, womanhood, my sister loves, and me. And it's just a few poems about me, about my life, about my friendships, and a few historical figures. In the back of my chapbook, though, there is an excerpt to a novella I've been working on called "The For the Love of Mary." It's semi-speculative fiction, Afrofuturism, but I thought you might love to hear it. Hear this excerpt, and this chapter is called Esperanza. Mary's best friend Carmelita had made several predictions that came true. Most recently, she warned Mary that her new friend Esperanza had more than a platonic interest in Mary's fiance, Omar. Even Omar tried to tell Mary that the woman was interested in him. One night after a double date, he expressed his concern. Mary, I think Esperanza was trying to get with me. Did you see how she kept leaning over uh, and whispering in my ear? When you and her man went to dance, she was all over me. I think maybe we should distance ourselves for a while. Mary laughed in his face. Honey, your ego and your imagination are running wild. Have you seen her man? Babe, no doubt you are fine. But he is a young, strong brother with more money than you and I ever dreamed of. Besides, I like Esperanza. She's fun and always gets us in VIP wherever we go. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Soon after that conversation, though, Mary started having nightmares about Esperanza, in which she would be standing over Mary, throwing blood on her, chanting some gibberish and laughing wickedly while saying her name. In the final dream, Esperanza was in Mary's bed, naked from the waist up, with rows and rows of black beads draping between her breasts, moving up and down rhythmically to the deafening sound of her heartbeat. She was wearing a skirt of honeycombs, dripping layers and layers of steaming hot honey from the waist down. A white scarf was tied in a big knot on the top of her head, and she was smoking a fat ass cigar. Her eyes were black and fixed on Mary. The demonic Esperanza smiled and looked down at the bed where Omar lay with a black beaded dog collar around his neck. Esperanza snatched him up hard and held the attached leash tightly in her hand. She got on her knees, crawled to the foot of the bed, and looked down at a version of Mary on the floor, laying lifeless in a river of blood that flowed endlessly from between her legs. Esperanza let out a spine tingling screech and began to laugh wickedly. When Mary woke up, Omar was putting a cold towel on her head. The sheets were soaked in blood and sweat, and the ambulance was on the way. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. There were no fibroids, tumors, or cancer detected. She was an otherwise healthy young woman who bled heavily for the next 6 months. Whenever the blood eased up, she and Omar tried to make love, and each attempt increased her flow, was followed by cramps that would keep her bedridden for days. He was scared to death to touch her. Soon, Omar spent more time being her caregiver than her man. Mary watched helplessly as Esperanza spent more and more time with Omar, becoming his confidant, comforter, and helpmate. Mary realized that she had foolishly misjudged Esperanza and her intentions. If you like that, please go to my bio or a link that's included in this post, and you can buy a whole chapter as a means of support. There are a few different options there. You could be a Patreon for $10, $5 a month. That link too is in my bio. Please feel free to support me. And stay tuned because we're going to go back to our Monday evening writing space. I'd love to have you join us. Mondays, I think we'll do from 6:30 to 7:30, but details be coming soon. Thanks for listening. See you soon.